welcome back. So today I have a new foundation for you guys. It is the new Makeup by Mario foundation. This dropped on Sephora, I think it was like yesterday or maybe the day before, I don't know, but it hasn't been on the website for too long yet, less than a week, right? And so I saw it yesterday when I was on the Sephora website. I don't remember why I was on the Sephora website. I was on the Sephora website and I saw it and I was like, ooh, let me try this foundation, because I've been wanting to try Makeup by Mario for quite some time now, but like I'm so indecisive. I can't figure out what to get from the brand. For me, foundation is like probably the easiest thing to get from a brand, right? Providing that they have my shade or whatever. So when I saw the foundation, I was like, all right, let me ease into the brand this way. But there are some things that I had wanted. There was a palette, a neutral palette that came out over the holidays, but it was gone like 1, 2, 3, so I didn't get a chance to get it. So when I saw the foundation, I was like, let me go ahead and try to see if I would like this foundation. So I picked it up. It is $42. You get a full ounce of product and it comes in 30 flexible shades. Now, I don't know what the hell that means, flexible, but we're gonna see today. The shade that I got is 18 Warm, and I used the Sephora color matcher. God knows why I did that, because that never works out well for me, but I used the Sephora color matcher to pick my shade, and it picked 18 Warm. And when I put it on the back of my hand yesterday, well, not the back of my hand, the inside of my arm, when I got it yesterday, it looks like it might be the right color, but then it also kind of oxidizes. So there are a couple of things that I noticed about the foundation right off the bat. One of them is the oxidization of the foundation, which could be a good or a bad thing depending on, you know, whether or not you find your perfect shade. If you find your perfect shade and then it oxidizes darker, that's the issue. But if it's a little bit too light and it goes ahead and oxidizes, that could be good, right? Right. But the other thing that I noticed that the other thing I noticed is that it emphasized the texture on my arm, on the inside of my arm. Like, I didn't even know that I had texture there. So it emphasized that, and as you can see, I am having some skin issues right now. I don't know what's happening. I think just the weather like is making my skin go a little haywire. So I have a couple of breakouts happening here, and my texture has been terrible as of late. So we shall see how this foundation performs with all those little imperfections happening. So this is what 18 Warm looks like. It looks like it may be a little bit too light, but we're gonna see. Bottle is glass. I kind of like this packaging. It's very simple, and that's one of the things that attracted me towards the brand, even though I haven't tried anything yet. One of the things that attracted me is how simple everything is. Everything just looks simple, clean lines, just very minimalist, and I actually really like that. So this is 18 Warm. What are we going to do today? Are we going to do a wear test? Yes, we're going to do a wear test. It's a little bit later in the day than I usually start, but it's okay. We're going to do a wear test. I'm already wearing primer. I'm using the Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas Primer because it's more of a serum-y type of primer, and like I said, I've been having some dry skin issues because of the change in the weather. So we're going to see how this performs. I am going to do at least 2 days. I'm going to do it with the primer today, and tomorrow I will do it again without the primer. But let me give you some deets before we get started. What it is: a breathable, luminous foundation that effortlessly builds and blends to illuminate the complexion with customizable long-wear coverage. So it's supposed to be a medium buildable foundation. So highlighted ingredients: grapeseed oil and vegetable squalene provide restoring, moisturizing benefits. Perfecting powders works with skin's natural texture for a smooth, enhanced finish. What else you need to know? This foundation reveals skin's natural luminosity. It features moisture grip technology and hydrates skin and glides on easily for customizable coverage. Layer it on or sheer it out. The buildable formula works harmoniously with powders or creams while staying true to its original color. I don't know about that because like I said, when I went ahead yesterday and put it on the back of my hand, it oxidized. So I'm just going to go ahead with one pump to start, and then we'll take it from there. Looks a little bit light, like I said. It's kind of thick too. Alright guys, here is one side of my face with the foundation and the other side without. As I said, it's a little bit light, right? Like, it looks a little bit light. What I will say is it does apply beautifully. It glides on, with the exception of like right here, but that's a known issue. It glides on really well, but girlies, if you have texture, it is going to emphasize that texture. I think it's the luminous nature of the foundation. It's going to emphasize that texture. So let me finish the rest of my face and I'll be right back. Alright guys, here is my entire face with the foundation, and 30 flexible shades is correct because this is quickly going from warm to neutral on my face. Look at my chest versus my face, and yeah. So I'm going to try to fix that with some bronzer. Alright guys, so here is my face with bronzer applied, and it still looks rather gray out in these streets, and I kind of sort of want to blame it on the primer, but I can't because I've used that primer before. Like, I haven't used it on camera, but because I just got it like maybe 3 weeks ago. But yeah, I've used that primer before and that's never been an issue. So I'm gonna go in with the Beiges oversized powder and see if I can add some warmth back into my face. And apparently hide the texture that was emphasized, because here we go, Chanel. All right, so this is what our face looks like with the foundation. And you know, so tomorrow I'm definitely trying this. I was really on the fence right now about whether or not I wanted to try this for a second day, considering that it went so neutral on me so quickly. I was really considering whether or not I wanted to, but I do want to try it tomorrow without a primer, just to see, on the off chance that it was the primer that was making it turn neutral. But now my face looks great. Added the powder, added the bronzer to it, and now we're looking all right. So texture no longer super emphasized. Like, it's still there, but you know, it's not as emphasized as it was before. As you can see from the foundation, it is a luminous foundation. Like, it's obviously luminous, and that's what was causing the texture to be emphasized. And I had read that on the Sephora website. A couple of the reviews said this foundation is for perfect skin, and so far I am going to say that assessment is correct, because without the addition of the Chanel powder, you know, it looked, you could really see my textures like really on display. But anyway, this is what we look like. It is now probably 11:30. Yep, it is 11:24 in the morning, and I will be back here later on with the results of my wear test. Bye. Hey friends, what up? I am back. It is now 6:40 in the evening, and this is what my face looks like after 7 hours of wearing this foundation. I think I forgot to say, because I left at 11:30, right around 11:30. Ooh. So I think I forgot to say this morning, one of the things that I had liked about the foundation was that you can't feel it on the skin. There is also no scent to it at all, absolutely none. And even though and I don't know if, so I don't know if what I'm looking at right now, because it still looks really good, I don't know how much of it to credit to the foundation and how much to credit to the Chanel powder that I used on top of it. Because if you remember, when I put the Chanel powder on top of it, it was like a completely different face, right? And what I'm looking at so far, so it hasn't gotten into any of the lines or really any of the acne marks on my face, which is weird because it was emphasizing the texture, but it hasn't gotten into any of the marks or anything, or any of my pores really. I'm oily here. Well, not really oily. That's another thing. It's kind of a matte foundation. It's like a luminous matte foundation. But I've gotten a little bit oily here and a little bit oily here. It's gone from my nose, which is normal. But overall, I think it held up really, really well, considering that I've been wearing it for like I said, 7 hours. And it still looks really good. It looks really good. Now, tomorrow when I wear it, I am not going to use a Chanel powder because I am honestly very confused right now. Really confused because I don't know, like I said, how much of it is the actual foundation itself and how much of it is the addition of the Chanel powder. But I really like what my face looks like right now. But I think most of that can be attributed to the Chanel powder, unfortunately. Because it didn't look this great this morning when I first put it on. It looked really neutral. So, yeah, this is what we look like on day number 1 of wear testing the new Makeup by Mario foundation. What's it called? The Surreal Skin Foundation. Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Foundation, day number 1. In the bag. Day number 2 coming right up. Bye. Hey friends, what up, and welcome back to day number 2 of wear testing the new what is it called? Surrealist, I believe. Child, I don't ever know these things. Surreal Skin Foundation from Makeup by Mario. Today I am not wearing any primer. I've already put on my under eye concealer, and that is it. My skincare and nothing else. So, because I have a lot of things to do today, let's just get into it. I'm going to be starting off with one pump like I did yesterday. And we're just going to go ahead and apply it. So right off the bat, the color looks a little bit better than it did yesterday. So maybe it was the sunscreen after all that was making it kind of neutral, but we're just going to wait and see whether or not it turns neutral on me again, because it did start off pretty good yesterday as well, and then it turned neutral eventually. Friends, here we are. This is as much as I'm about to do because I don't think it will go much better for me if I try to build this up some more. As you can see, it is pretty shiny. Texture once again emphasized. And today, like I said, I'm not going to be using the Chanel powder because I feel like the Chanel powder made it great yesterday, and we just want to see how this foundation performs on its own without being set or anything like that. I want to see if it adapts to my skin, you know, like if it gets, if it oxidizes a little bit like it did on my inner arm when I first got it, or if it stays like this. It's not going quite as neutral as it was yesterday. It's still going somewhat neutral, but not quite as bad as it was yesterday. So I do think it was in fact the primer that was making it that neutral, but that's not to say that it isn't at least a little bit neutral anyway. But it does look better than it did yesterday at the outset. So we've got hope. We've got hope. Alright guys, this is what my face looks like. Day number 2 of we're testing Surreal Skin Foundation by Makeup by Mario. It is now 11:16 in the morning. I'll be back here later, much later actually. I'll be back probably a little bit after 8:30. So, and I'll be sitting in front of a computer for the next 8 hours. So we shall see how this performs, how it holds up. I mean, I think I like it. I don't know yet though, because my texture is so emphasized that it's like, like if I didn't have this much texture on my skin right now, I think I might like this immediately from jump. But because my skin is acting up, and because I have like, you know, little breakouts happening here, and frickin' everywhere, it's just, I don't know. I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence. I'm really on the fence. But we'll see later on when I come back. So I will be back here in 2 shakes of lamb's tail. Bye. Hey friends, what up and welcome back. It is now 8:32 in the evening, and this is what my face looks like. As you can see, I look like hell. You can see where my glasses have made lovely indentations in the foundation. I'm looking as gray as can be. Yeah, I'm very gray. Today, it has managed to get into lines, acne marks, everything. And it has shifted. No primer, so yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that this foundation is a no for me. I think if you have perfect skin, or close to perfect skin, it's gonna be a good foundation for you. I also think that if you use a decent primer, so clearly my primer wasn't the issue because, you know, I'm gray. Just like I was yesterday. And like I said, yesterday I used other primers and I used other foundations with that primer and everything was fine. So clearly it was not the primer, it's the foundation. Flexible always is a bad word for me when it comes to foundation. Just terrible, because that means that it's more neutral than anything else, or that it will go neutral and thus gray on me. And that's exactly what this one did. And I was watching someone else's video, and in the comments somebody said the same thing. Like, most of the colors are cool or they lean neutral, so they went gray on her as well. So it is what it is. I don't know. There's really nothing else to say. I think the foundation, the Chanel powder really made this foundation great yesterday. It really made this foundation great, because after I put it on, I was like, okay, maybe I like this foundation. Maybe no. Maybe nothing. It's not that girl. Not for me anyway. Other people seem to like it and are raving about it. And like I said, I feel like if you have cool or neutral undertones, you are going to be great with this foundation. You're going to do great with this foundation if you don't mind working a little bit with it or a lot with it. It's going to be great for you. if you don't have like oily prone skin, if you don't have to sit in front of a computer for 8 hours where your skin is going to get oily, because the computer screens are going to do that. They're going to make your skin get oily. So if you don't have to do that, then you're going to be great. This is going to be great for you. If you have to do any of those other things, she not the one. She not. So, and also today I could feel every inch of this damn foundation on my face. Every single inch of it, because apparently without a barrier between it and my skin doesn't like it. So yeah, you know, it is what it is. Not everything is made for everybody. This is clearly not for me, so I'm gonna mosey on to something else, return that bad boy to Sephora, and call it a day. Alright guys, well, thank you so much for joining me for my review of the Surreal Skin Foundation from Makeup by Mario. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've tried this foundation, if you like it, if you don't like it, why don't you like it. Also, let me know if you were thinking of picking it up and if anything changed. So, I hope that this was helpful, because, child. Yo, also I forgot to say, when I went outside, yo, it was like, I was casket sharp. It was not cute at all. It was not cute. But anyway, let me go. Let me go. I have my robe on because I'm really about to like hop in the shower right now. But as usual, it's been real, it's been fun, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.